Now to a story that's been developing in the last half hour. Just as Chair Powell addressed business investment slowing, Intel is announcing some changes to its planned Ohio semiconductor manufacturing facility. Ilan Moy is now on Capitol Hill with headlines on this very big developing story about business investment in America. Ilan.
Well, Dom, I can now confirm that Intel CEO Pat Gelsinger is in D.C. this week meeting with lawmakers to try to get them to pass the CHIPS bill. That is the bill that would provide $52 billion to the semiconductor industry. And his message to lawmakers comes with a warning that if Congress fails to act, that could jeopardize Ohio's plans to expand in Intel's plans to expand in Ohio. Here is a statement that I received from Intel. It says that the scope and pace of our expansion in Ohio will depend heavily on funding from the CHIPS Act. Unfortunately, that funding has moved more slowly than we expected, and we still don't know when it will get done. It is time for Congress to act so we can move forward at the speed and scale we have long envisioned for Ohio. Now, this investment announcement was seen as a political win for both sides of the aisle. Clearly, lawmakers now trying to come to an agreement on the broader package that includes this money for this critical industry. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer have said that they want to get this bill passed in July. They're going to need Republican support in order to do it. So now we're seeing that pressure from big business to get this done in Washington. Dom.
Ilan, I mean, break it down for us. Simply put, what's the holdup?
The holdup in Washington is that you need to come to an agreement. There is a massive conference committee that was trying to hash out all the details of this because it's seen as a must-pass piece of legislation. There's lots of different things that they tried to attach to this, including everything from funding for the FTC to some provisions on sharks. So it was a really large piece of legislation. That's a heavy lift for Congress. Business is now saying they don't want to wait anymore. Already, Ohio has delayed a groundbreaking for Intel that was planned to happen next month. Intel telling me, to be clear, that it is still committed to that initial $20 billion investment that it had planned for Ohio. But that investment could rise to as large as $100 billion over the course of several years. But that won't happen, Intel is saying, if Congress does not act.